All right, so we might be streaming again. So we did have some technical difficulties. Some fucking wires got crossed. Fucking bank account got switched with some savings account. Some weird fucking shit went on, and we are having
Too
a
much weed.
right. Right, we're
Yeah,
having
we're
a,
we're
a
we're
good
live.
flow
It
there.
just popped up. It's all good.
All right, let me see if we're actually live again. I do believe
Yeah,
we
it
are
just
live
popped
again.
up.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so we did have some technical difficulties. We were going on some good raps there about affirmative action, and all that type of shit. I'm a, I'm pretty blazed now, but I think we could go ahead and summarize what we had going on. So basically, we are talking about affirmative action. We were talking about the SCOTUS decision that's been going on with Joe Biden's fucking student debt relief and how that got struck down. We were also talking a whole bunch of other shit. What are we talking about, man?
The freedom for businesses. That was the hat you have to bake the gay cake was struck down.
Oh, right. Yeah, that shit was fucking struck down too. Fucking yeah, a whole bunch of fucking other shit, man. But
And
yeah.
let's talk about the next case, dude. The next case that they just agreed to take up, which is for a guy in Texas to reobtain, his firearm abilities, or rights, because he has a prior a conviction for domestic violence, basically. And it's they're trying to say that because he had a restraining order from years ago, 2016, that he shouldn't have a firearm now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
how do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, you already know how I feel about that, dude. I think everybody should. I think everybody should be able to have a gun. I don't give a fuck what your circumstances are. I mean, really, you know, the whole shall not be infringed, in my opinion, shall not be infringed. Granted, yes, I do understand that there are people out there that probably should not own a gun. They probably, they're a little bit fucking mental. They're a bit cuckoo. They might go out and do something stupid. Well, guess what? They're probably going to get shot and you're probably going to die. And then they won't be a problem anymore. And eventually, people are, your people's actions have to have consequences, right? The fact that fucking, there was that one fucking mass shooter. I don't even remember the fuck it was, but he basically went out and shot a couple fucking people throughout the town and shit, and then fucking went ahead and just surrendered to police and shit. Like, no, dude, that dude should have been fucking capped. Like, they should have fucking shot that guy. Basically, if you're gonna go around and fuck around and act stupid and fucking brandish your fucking gun to fucking people or fucking point it at somebody and shit like that, if you're not basically just gonna be responsible with it, you should get shot. That's my whole thoughts on it. The whole fucking left wing is like, oh, fucking like the far left wing is fucking like, oh, they were talking about muskets and this and that type shit. Like, no, they were talking about firearms. They were talking about weapons that are designed to kill another human being if they fuck about to the point where they need to find out. That's what guns are designed for. That's what they've always been designed for, and just because they become more efficient does not make it any different, right?
Yeah, and then even that argument's moot because we know that there was much, better firearms than muskets. I mean, at the time, I mean, they had belt fed crank automatics, and I mean, the list just keeps going. Cannons, how Biden loves to say, you couldn't own a cannon. Why, yes, you could. You could actually own a damn warship fully armed with cannons.
Right. I
You know what I
actually,
mean? And you still can today.
yeah, I was gonna say I actually know a guy that fucking has a cannon. I know a guy that knows a guy that he's his cousin's fucking uncle's nephew, whatever. He's got a cannon. You know what I mean? Like what one of those types of
Yeah.
fucking things. But yeah, dude, fucking yeah, you could fucking own a cannon back then. You could own a fucking cannon today. And like I said, that just a lot of the fucking gun laws and shit that are really the whole. I watched a lot of like Colin Noir, Brandon Herrera, fucking a lot of the gunner YouTubers and shit like that, and I also watch a lot of the legal gunner YouTubers and shit like that, and a lot of the fucking gun YouTubers, they're a lot of doom and gloom and like, oh, like they're coming for your guns, like every other title is, like gun grab this or gun grab that, or the ATF is gonna come knocking at your door and all that type shit. And while I do understand that you still need to be ever vigilant, you always need to fucking make sure that people are always on their toes and all that type shit. The truth is that it really has been going in the other direction. It really has. There's more constitutional carry states than ever, since gun laws have been a thing. There's more constitutional carry states now than when we first started enacting gun laws. And it really just does show that the Second Amendment really is kind of winning it. But there really is a full on attack on it. The Democrats and fucking a lot of the establishments too. That's not just saying it's just Democrats. There's a lot of fucking Republicans and shit too that don't want specific people to own guns or don't want specific types of guns to be available to the public. And those are they're just as wrong as the fucking communists that don't want people to be able to have guns.
Yeah, they just present a slightly better argument.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not even saying it's good or I agree with it. I mean, they're just more
Right.
of more logical ideas rather than trying to play off people's failing.
Yep. Yep. Really, it's just a lot of what needs to happen is fucking just mother government just needs to stop fucking nurturing everybody and fucking like I said, fucking every time somebody fucking does something stupid and shit like that, or mother government really just needs to fucking stop trying to save people from them fucking selves, basically. You know what I mean? That's what really needs to happen. People need to be free to fuck about, and then hopefully they don't fuck about to the point where they find out, Do I need to bring out the chart, you guys? Yeah.
That looks great, man.
Right, man.
Yeah, but it could be a while before the Supreme Court gets to this one. You know how it is when they agree to take it up. It could be months or even a year down the road. But as far as recent events go, as like the Bruin case,
Mm-hmm.
it seems like they're going to side with my guy, and I hope that's the case. I mean, I don't, I personally don't have a felony or anything,
Mm-hmm.
so I mean, I haven't even lost my gun rights. But just like you were saying, I'm a full-on advocate for gun ownership for the vast majority of the population.
Yeah.
And when I say that, obviously you don't want some kids with obvious, mental disabilities running around with fucking firearms.
Right.
I mean, I'm sorry, and I know everyone likes to always say it's anything you say against it is a slippery slope. But I mean, I'm speaking for real. You know what I mean? The obvious Down syndrome, Asperger's. I mean,
Yep.
But as far as everyone else is concerned, dude, that's part of America's, man.
Yes, me. They need to
taught our children.
Lock them back in the institutions.
Right. Yeah, and we need some institutions in reality.
Yeah.
And that's one of the problems out here is because a huge portion of the people that took part in these uptick in crime would be locked in insane asylums, dude, for quite a long time.
It's like on fucking Idiocracy and shit when it shows the fucking chart of people breeding and shit like that. It's like the sane people and shit, they're like, oh, I don't know, it's not a good time economically right now and this and that. Well, meanwhile, the piece of shit fucking dumb motherfucker that fucking just abandons his kids is just fucking popping them out left and right and shit. Like really it's the type of people that don't have the fucking mental faculties of fucking, I don't know, I guess function in a actual free society. You know what I mean? Actually, actual, like object fucking freedom and shit. Like I started watching that show at 1883, man. It's a pretty good show. But that is a actual fucking freedom, and it's freedom and all of its fucking ugliness. It's everything, that's completely fucking ugly about freedom, and the fact that freedom means that you're actually on your own as well, which means that fucking people are going to start forming fucking gangs of fucking bandits and shit like that. And you're probably going to have to fucking kill people like at least fucking every, once a month or something like that. You're probably going to have to kill somebody that's trying to rob you and shit. And, it's freedom, but ultimately, society does tend to sort itself out in its own sort of way,
Nature as a whole, man. I mean, it's always, let the stupid weed themselves out. You know what I'm saying? And it to me is the same with anything. I mean, even with during the COVID's lockdowns with a certain combination of drugs. The government took people's ability to use a proven, by pushing their shit.
Yeah.
But if they just let people choose, and the excuse was, remember it was they're eating horse dewormers. You
Right.
remember that shit?
Right. It
And
wasn't even an
I
actual
don't
medical
even,
reason. They're just trying to shame you out of
yeah,
doing it.
yeah, and I don't even think that actually happened. But in the case that it did, again, that's nature sorting itself out. If you're the kind of person that hears this and thinks I'm going down to PetSmart, dude, like, go ahead, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Deuce.
Yeah, nice
Right.
knowing you, dog.
Or also,
And
if
that's
you're the type of
natural
person that
selection.
actually went out and fucking injected bleach, you probably fucking deserve to fucking die from fucking bleach poison as well. Like, no,
Yeah,
nobody was actually telling you to fucking go out and fucking inject bleach, you fucking morons. Like
yeah.
it's the whole fucking like warnings that we're seeing on fucking boxes, like don't eat the box, it's cardboard type shit. Like the fuck has happened to fucking society? But
Yeah, don't like the coffee, right? At McDonald's. I mean, you've seen it. They had to put contents are hot on the
mhm,
coffee because someone sued them because they spilt their own hot coffee in their lap, bro.
right.
I mean, asinine. If it's not stupidity that you're protecting yourself from, it's frivolous lawsuits.
Yep. Always something, man. Look. All right, man. Fucking, it's getting be about an hour. So if you guys are only watching this live stream, the live stream did get fucking split up into two. We did have some audio difficulties on the original live stream. We're getting into some really good points about fucking affirmative action. We're probably gonna have to re-record something about it later, but I don't know. If you guys want to go ahead and check out the partially muted other live stream, but yeah, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Go ahead. You got anything to say, man?
Thanks for coming, man. Keep up on the shit. Come by, check me out, old Liberty Swines, and follow along.
Yep. We'll also be back next Friday too. I don't know if you'll be back next Friday. If you want, you're always welcome back. But I'm gonna try and be here every Friday, 10 o'clock Arizona time. What happened last week was we're going through a heat wave here in Arizona right now, which I'm sure you know because you live here in Arizona too. One person watching us, but yeah, my fucking air conditioner went out, so I could have been sitting here fucking dripping sweat for you guys, like, how's it going? Welcome to Liberty Bowl. But yeah, not gonna do that. So anyway, we will see you guys next Friday. I appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully we see you next Friday, and that's about all. Peace out.
See you later.